Welcome back, everybody, to the Metropolis Bulldogs Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Today, we wrap up season number 2 of our program's very first bowl game in school history. We are headed down to the Music City as we are set to face off against the LSU Tigers of the Southeastern Conference. Our Bulldogs have defied all expectations this season. We won 3 games a year ago in the Independence Conference, and here we are moving over to the American, going 8-4 en route to our very first bowl game, and it is not going to be an easy one. The LSU Tigers on paper are significantly more talented than we are. Everybody's counting us out for this game, but you know what? That's fine. Everybody's counted us out since the start of the season, and we've been chugging along winning football games, so I'm really not worried about that. We do have a negative point differential despite being 4 games over 500, but it's about fun differential at the end of the day. We're 7-0 in games that have been within 10 points, so we know how to win the close one, and that could be the case today against an unbelievably talented LSU team. Against all the good teams they've played against, they've lost. Against all the not-so-good teams, they've won. If we were in the SEC, we would be under 500. So I would say on paper, this is definitely one of LSU's easier games. This team is loaded with NFL-level talent, guys who have been drafted into the NFL in real life or will in the future. Their quarterback is left-handed Max Johnson, a very talented junior. But the name to really watch on this offense is running back Ty Davis-Price, drafted by the Niners in real life. He scored 24 touchdowns and won a ton of awards this year. They also have plenty of talent on defense. Guys like Derek Stingley, Eli Ricks, B.J. Ojulari, amongst others. So this is certainly going to be a tough test here for our Metropolis Bulldogs. Maybe our most challenging game of the season thus far in our very first bowl game. Welcome, everybody, to Nissan Stadium here in the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Tennessee Titans. As today, the 7-5 LSU Tigers face off against the 8-4 Metropolis Bulldogs. The final game in the careers of our seniors, including Marcus Wilkerson and Malcolm DeGray, who are up as the team captains for our squad. We win the toss. We're going to elect to kick off per usual. So the Bulldogs will start on defense. We'll get a look at Max Johnson, Ty Davis-Price, Kayshon Butte, and this very talented LSU offense. First play from scrimmage here for the Tigers. Johnson going to look to throw it here on the first play of the game, and he is picked off. Ryan Jovanovic, the senior, with the interception. On the return, Jovanovic into the end zone. It's a pick 6. Well, that's one way to start the game. First play from scrimmage. It's Metropolis' first play in a bowl game ever, and it's a pick 6. Talk about a good start from the senior Ryan Jovanovic in his final collegiate game. Jovanovic has continued to be a playmaker ever since he stepped foot on campus. Man, what a start. I don't think that could have gone any better. So the Tigers have it back on offense. Hey, didn't they just have the ball? Max Johnson gets 12 before getting plowed by Ryan Jovanovic. Quick start for Jovanovic. He has been awfully busy so far in this game. Tigers moving it nicely. Here's Tyrion Davis-Price, one of the Heisman finalists. He finished 3rd, only behind the winner, Hassan Haskins, running back out of Michigan, and Alabama quarterback Bryce Young. 3rd and inches now inside the red zone. We'll see if the Tigers can get the first down. Johnson keeps it himself, and he is wrapped up. The senior linebacker, Ford Chavez, comes in to make the play. So the Tigers are not going to be able to find the end zone. They'll have to send on the field goal unit. This is Cade York, one of the most talented kickers in college football. Splits the uprights. The Tigers are on the board as it's 7-3. Bulldogs have it for the first time today on 2nd and 10. Castillo trying to outrun the pass rusher. Not going to happen. These LSU guys are just too athletic. Andre Anthony is the one with the sack. That'll make it a 3rd down and 19 now for the Bulldogs. The true freshman Castillo scrambles to his left, looking to get somebody open, and he does. It's the senior Tamarian Johnson with a huge gain of 32 yards. That'll keep the chains moving. Good route by Johnson. He was wide open. Castillo with a really challenging throw on the run. So the Bulldogs keep it moving. 2nd and inches. There's Tadion Smith-Gardner wide open with the stiff arm inside the 10. Great play after the catch by Smith-Gardner. And the Bulldogs are very close to the end zone as we go to the very next play. First and goal. Metropolis looking for their first offensive touchdown of the game. And it's the JUCO junior running back, Victor Adams, into the end zone for 6. Good start here for the Bulldogs on both ends of the field as it's 14-3. Here on the opening kickoff, it'll be received in the end zone by Jones. Jones takes it out himself, and this ball is out. Curtis Neal rips it away, and it's picked up by Trey Nixon, and the Bulldogs are going to get it inside the 20. How about that? The booth would not review it, so the play stands, and Metropolis gets the football with unbelievable field position. First play of the drive, Castillo into double coverage. It's caught by Young, breaks the tackle from Stingley, and he scores the touchdown. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. What a start for the Metropolis Bulldogs here in the first quarter against LSU. They lead this game 21-3. Young mosses 2 defenders, including Derek Stingley, who is a top 3 pick in the NFL draft. Wow. What a play for the true freshman wideout. Following kick return, it's Jones who fumbled it last time with blocks. Down the field, he's going to be tracked down by the punter, Kirksey. That's a 64-yard kick return for Raydarius Jones, trying to make up for his fumble on the last kick return. Wow, no shortage of action here in the first 5 minutes of the game. This has been pure chaos. 3rd and 5 here for the Tigers. They're looking to find the end zone and get back in the game. It's caught by Smith, and he is in. A 20-yard score for Deion Smith off the pass from Max Johnson. The Tigers appear to be back in as it's 21-10. Metropolis has it back. The offense has done what they've needed to do so far. Play action fake. Castillo scrambling with it. On the run, it's again Tamarian Johnson with a gain of about 15 yards. So that'll wrap up the first quarter. Quite the start. A pick 6, a kickoff return fumble, and Osiris Young mossing the top 3 draft pick. Not a bad first quarter for Bulldogs, who lead at 21-10. Plenty of action so far in this ball game. 3rd and 8, Castillo looking to throw it. He has no time and is sacked. B.J. Ojulari brings down the quarterback, so the Bulldogs will have to punt it. B.J. Ojulari is the younger brother of Giants pass rusher Azeez Ojulari, but B.J. has an NFL future of his own. He's really talented in his own right. Gain of 21 yards for Trey Palmer. The Tigers at one point were down by 18 points, but they're trying to make some noise and quickly get back into this ball game here in the first half. Following play, 1st and 10, it's a read option. Max Johnson keeps it, breaks the tackle from Jovanovic. Johnson down the field, wrapped up by Scout Lopez, who had 4 sacks in his final regular season game this year against Navy. Pretty darn good. The Tigers are moving it nicely. Again, another first down. This time it's Ty Davis-Price. He loses 4. Ford Chavez makes another play. It's going to be a shame losing Chavez, one of the captains of the defense, one of the best players on the defense. That'll lead to a 2nd and 14. It's going to be a screen for Davis-Price, and the ball is out. Ford Chavez jars it away. Luckily for the Tigers, it goes out of bounds. Still a loss of a couple of yards. Now it is a 3rd and 16. LSU has it backed up at the 41-yard line. Johnson looks to throw it. He has an open man downfield. It's Trey Palmer. They say he was inbounds. A gain of 20 for Palmer, but not so fast, Johnny. This play is going to be reviewed, and as you can see here, catches the ball. His right foot is down out of bounds, so this play is going to be reversed. Lucky break for the Bulldogs. The field goal unit still comes out. It's a 58-yard attempt for Cade York. This is a really long kick, but Cade York is really, really good. There's a reason why he was drafted in the 4th round. Boom! Nails it. The Tigers have it within 1 score as it's now 13-21. So LSU brings the deficit down to 8. They're right back into the ball game. We'll see if they can get some more momentum. The answer is yes. Second play of the drive, it's picked off by Derek Stingley Jr., and he brings it inside the 20. In what will likely be Derek Stingley's final game as a Tiger before he eventually is a very high first-round pick, he intercepts Manuel Castillo, and all the momentum right now is going towards LSU. A huge play by arguably the most talented defensive player in the country. 3rd and 9, here's Davis-Price, breaks the tackle, unable to break another one. Big stop there by the defense, so that will force the field goal team to come out. That was Hassan Antonio, the nickel corner, who brought him down. So again, it's Cade York. He's been busy already, 2 for 2. Going to make it 3 for 3 as he splits the uprights, and the Tigers have it within 5. So the Derek Stingley interception leads to points, but it doesn't lead to a touchdown. The Bulldogs still lead by 5. 3rd and 1. Victor Adams is stuffed. He actually loses a yard as the Tigers call time. LSU can take the lead on this possession. They were down 21-3 at one point in this game, and they could come back to take the lead here in the first half. Johnson goes short for Smith, breaks the tackle from Antonio, and is wrapped up at the 35-yard line. Nice play for Deion Smith. He had the touchdown reception earlier for LSU. Now they have it in the red zone. Not a whole lot of time left here in this first half. 2nd and 2. Max Johnson's going to scramble to the left side. Johnson breaks the tackle from McGrew, and the LSU Tigers, down 21-3, have taken the lead late in the first half. They came back within that deficit within probably an 8 to 9 minute span, which just shows the talent disparity between these two teams. It is halftime. LSU has all the momentum, but as I said earlier, don't doubt this Metropolis team. They're not going to lay down and quit. They're going to try to come back and make some noise. They're not going to lose without scratching and clawing. First down, there's Marcus Wilkerson with the spin move past the 40. You may notice there's no game audio. There was an issue with the game audio for the 3rd quarter, so you're just going to have to live with the background music I put in. Once we get into the 4th quarter, the game audio is going to be back. 3rd and 12, Castillo overthrows his target. It's incomplete. LSU's defense forces a stop, so that will lead to a punt. The Tigers have the lead and the football. They have been dominating, really, since the 2-minute mark left in the first quarter. We'll see if they can keep it going. Johnson downfield. It's caught. Nice play for Thomas, who burned Terrell Cream. And Max Johnson with another completed pass. He has really thrown the ball pretty well today. Minus, of course, the pick 6 on the first play of the game. Palmer in motion. He enters the backfield. It looks like an option. Toss for Trey Palmer. Breaks the tackle from Jovanovic. Palmer into open space. Touchdown, Louisiana State. Trey Palmer with a 17-yard touchdown run. The Tigers have now scored 27 unanswered. They lead this game 21-30. The Bulldogs have it back. 3rd and 4, handoff up the middle for Adams. He is short. About 3 yards away as he only gains 1. 4th and 3 from inside their own 35. Coach Sparks says, screw it. What do we have to lose? Let's go for it. And the decision pays off as Emmanuel Cortez makes the catch. Good job by him to corral the ball in despite the defensive back right there for the hit. Following play, here's Donovan Barrington past the 50. Barrington still up, fighting for extra yardage. I told you these guys aren't going to make it easy. Gain of 16 there for Barrington. And the Bulldogs are continuing to move the ball down the field pretty efficiently. Metropolis knows they really need to score here as they try to get back into the ball game. First down, Castillo under pressure. He is sacked again. The Metropolis offensive line has not done him any favors. That was Dwight McGlovern with the sack. 3rd and 18, just over 30 seconds left in the quarter. Castillo hoping to get somebody open. He does. It's Tadion Smith-Gardner. He gets 16. So that makes it a 4th down and manageable. And just like earlier on the drive, why not go for it again? The Bulldogs went for a pass on their previous 4th down. This time they go for the run. A fullback dive for Jim Bean, who gets 4. That'll keep the drive going as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. LSU extends the lead. They're now up by 9. But look out, the Bulldogs again. They're not going to quit this game without scratching and clawing. As you can see, the game audio is back. 3rd and 9. There's Marcus Wilkerson, the senior, with it to the 10-yard line. Nice play for Wilkerson as the Bulldogs have the ball moving down the field. Wilkerson in motion here. 3rd and 11. Castillo looking to throw it. He has an open man. It's Tadion Smith-Gardner for the touchdown, and it's a 1-score game. That drive felt like it was about 15 minutes and about 30 plays long. I guess that's what happens when you have 2 separate 4th down conversions. So LSU has it back, trying to put the game away. Here's Johnson on the run. Nothing but green ahead. What a run! 47-yard touchdown on the QB scramble for Max Johnson. If we've learned anything about this Metropolis defense this year, they'll make any quarterback look like Lamar Jackson running the ball. So the Bulldogs have it back right at square one. Once again, down by 9. There's Smith-Gardner with a nice gain of 23 yards. He's had one of his better games of the season today. Metropolis knows they have to move at a somewhat quick pace as they continue to try to get back into this ball game. First down, clock continuing to tick here. Castillo looks to throw it. He goes short for Osiris Young with a spin move. He gets the first down. So again, that'll move the chains. That'll stop the clock for a little while as the Bulldogs try to get back to the line of scrimmage quickly. Clock now sits at 1:17. 3rd down and 6. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Play action fake. Castillo has to get rid of it quickly. He cannot. Sacked on the play by the big defensive lineman, Jacobian Guillory. 4th and 16. Bulldogs go no huddle. This is probably for the ball game. Castillo takes a shot. Downfield, it's caught. Osiris Young, the true freshman with the first down. That'll keep the game alive. Under a minute now. Bulldogs got to move quick. Now we sit at under 20 seconds. 2nd and goal. 19 left on the clock. Bulldogs have been trying to save their timeouts. They still have all 3 as Tavion Smith-Gardner gets his 2nd touchdown of the game. So it will once again be a 2-point deficit. But with this little time left, the Bulldogs got to go for the onside kick. It's Kirksey right into the hands of Deion Smith. So the Bulldogs have all 3 timeouts, but with not a lot of time left, only 15 seconds, Metropolis doesn't really have a realistic shot. LSU chewing clock. Bulldogs try to churn these timeouts. Clock sits at 4 seconds as Neal stops David Price. So there's a timeout at 2 seconds. 4th and 5. LSU's going to bring the field goal team on. The Bulldogs have Donovan Barrington back deep in case the kick is short, but it is not short. Cade York splits the uprights, and that's going to wrap this one up. The LSU Tigers with a buzzer-beater field goal, not that it really mattered, ends up winning the ball game 40-35 is your final. What a game. That was a thriller from start to finish. We dominated the game early with a few big plays. LSU storms back. The Tigers play well in the second half, but we kept it afloat the entire game. And although we didn't end up winning, I do feel like there's a lot to be proud of with this squad because they continued to hold their heads high all season. And this was absolutely a successful year, going 8-5. We're going to quickly recap the season as a whole here once we go through the box score today to talk about this game individually. So we've got a big offseason upcoming, specifically for quarterback Manuel Castillo. I thought Castillo played very well in this game, one of his better performances. He did get sacked 5 times, but other than that, I thought he was really solid. But with Jonathan Roberts coming back from injury, who knows? There could be a real quarterback controversy there. We did not run the ball all that well today, unfortunately, and our run game has been quite good in recent weeks, but not as much today. I wish we gave Donovan Barrington the ball a little bit more. He only had 5 carries, but was quite impressive. Young and Smith-Gardner led the way with 70 yards at least each, and they had all 3 of our receiving touchdowns. Young did drop 3 passes, however. Defensively, the defense was fine. I know we allowed 40 points. I think the problem was the lack of big plays. No sacks. We only had the 1 interception on the first play of the game, which was still pretty huge. But other than that, no turnovers, no sacks, no nothing. So I think that was the issue. Max Johnson threw the ball pretty well. He did at the early pick 6. But I will say, we did stop Ty Davis-Price. 14 carries, 48 yards. He did nothing. We also stopped Keyshawn Butte, their top receiver. 2 catches for 5 yards. Terrell Cream and Brian McGrew had him on lockdown all day long. It was Palmer and Smith who were making a majority of their big plays in the passing game. We couldn't really stop those 2 as much, particularly Palmer. Defensively, for LSU, they had the sacks. They had the interception by Derek Stingley, which really, I feel like, turned the tides in this game. If not for that Derek Stingley pick, I think we'd probably win it. So there you go. 8-5 is our final season record. Let's take a look here. Again, as I said, we're going to recap the season as a whole, finishing 2nd in the conference. This was our first game within 10 points that we lost. So my fancy little, oh, we're so good within 10 points statistic is now kind of ruined. Now we're only 7-1 in games within 10 points. Let's take a look at the season stats. So, of course, at the beginning of the year, we had the QB battle between Jonathan Roberts and Manuel Castillo. Roberts gets injured 3 games into the season, and Castillo comes in, and I thought Castillo was pretty good. I wouldn't say he was great. Jonathan Roberts was better than Castillo before he got injured. So I want to give Roberts another shot at quarterback, but keep in mind, Roberts can play other positions. He would play wide receiver at a very high level, so that's something to think about. The run game was inconsistent, but not at the fault of our running backs. Victor Adams and Donovan Barrington were both quite solid when healthy. Adams did miss some games here and there, but he was quite good along with Barrington. Osiris Young, the true freshman, he's a playmaker, but he dropped 21 passes, which led the NCAA by far. Only 2 other players had double-digit drops, the next highest 13. So Osiris Young has brick hands, but he's a playmaker. If we can improve his Eric Ebron hands, I think we've got a player. He has a ton of upside, and he's just got to work and practice and improve, and I think he can live up to it. The other receivers specifically were Cortez Smith-Gardner and Wilkerson, along with some splash plays here and there from Tamarian Johnson. The offensive line was up and down. Nobody allowed more than 5 sacks. That's pretty cool, I guess, but the offensive line was very inconsistent, and it did not play very well today against LSU, which I guess happens. It is an SEC defense. Our defense was also quite up and down. They had their good moments, they had their bad moments, but there are a lot of good players on this unit. Ford Chavez with 18 tackles for loss, leading the team by far. The pass rush was inconsistent. Some games we had none, some games we had a lot. Our leading sack getter was Jonathan Savage with 7. Scout Lopez and Delvin Hines each had 6. I thought Scout Lopez would have had more, to be honest. I thought he was going to have 8 or 9. Terrell Cream with 6 interceptions, leading the way. Jovanovic with 3. Chavez with 2. And then we did have some fumbles here and there. Ford Chavez ended up forcing 2, including the one in the bowl game. Mark Mitchell was pretty solid, 12 to 15 on field goals. I don't think he missed any PATs. And Zach Kirksey did his job as well as our punter. Nothing too special on the kick and punt returning aspect. So let's take a look at a more broad recap of the season as we start the Heisman race. Of course, as we saw last episode, Hassan Haskins ended up winning. Of course, Ty Davis Price finished in 3rd, but we shut him down today. Here's a look at the All-NCAA American teams. We did have an All-NCAA first-team member with defensive back Terrell Cream at free safety, even though he played corner all year, but not complaining. Capital College had their kick returner Adam Waller make it, so that's something. Here's a look at the All-NCAA second team. We ended up with nobody. On the All-NCAA freshman team, we did have a number of guys, including Donovan Barrington and Osiris Young. Our 2 offensive playmakers made it. Delvin Hines ended up getting in, along with Jaden Eastme. He's a DMV guy, played at St. Francis. Terrell Cream also makes it, obviously, as well. And then here's the All-Conference first team. Scout Lopez, Michael Roberson, Terrell Cream, and Ryan Jovanovic on the first team. Then on the second team, again, nobody on offense. The offense kind of being disrespected. Not that anybody was, like, really standing out. We had Tavion Lewis and Delvin Hines II both get that. Here's a look at all of the awards. We did not have anybody in the award races except for Terrell Cream, who ended up finishing 4th in the Jim Thorpe Award for the best defensive back in college football. Again, I was a little bit surprised we had nobody else, but as I thought about it, nobody else really deserved it, to be honest. Maybe Ford Chavez in the best linebacker, but I mean, I get it. He only had 2 sacks as a pass-rushing outside linebacker, so I guess it kind of made sense. But the thing with our team is we didn't really have a whole lot of star power, or at least consistent star power. We just had a lot of guys who filled in their roles, and a lot of guys who I'm excited to see what they'll be able to do next year, along with a very talented and fun recruiting class coming in, which, of course, we're going to talk about a little bit more once we get into the offseason. So I do want to ask you guys about possibly having the offseason next episode, or if I want to do the high school playoffs like I did last year. That would obviously take quite a bit of time, so I'm not sure if I want to jump right into the offseason and skip the high school playoffs, or if you guys really want to see that, I will show that. So let me know if you really want to see the high school stuff in the comments below as we look at the bowl results. Ohio State ends up beating Alabama in the national championship game. CJ Stroud throws for 3 touchdowns, all 3 of which were caught by Garrett Wilson. So I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Not the result we wanted, but still a very fun and exciting season. Again, let me know, do you want the high school playoffs in the next episode, or should we just jump right into the offseason for season number 3? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace out.